Don't go upstairs after 1. I moved to the town on the last week of October. The trees were already bare, the streets were too quiet. Even during the day, it felt like the place was holding its breath. I didn't know anyone, didn't have much money. So when I saw the babysitting ad, I called immediately. Evening until morning. Easy job. Child sleeps early. The woman who answered sounded relieved. Too relieved. The house sat at the end of a narrow street. No street lights. No neighbors close enough to see. Just one porch light flickering against the dark. 2 floors. 4 rooms total. Downstairs, a living room and a kitchen. Upstairs, the child's bedroom and the master bedroom. When I arrived, they were already dressed to leave. The father barely looked at me. The mother rushed through instructions. He goes to bed at 8 o'clock. You shouldn't hear a thing. Then she paused with her hand on the door. If you hear anything upstairs after 1 o'clock, don't go up there. She smiled when she said it, but her eyes didn't. It's just the house settling. People say strange things when they're in a hurry. I ignored it. I shouldn't have. The boy was asleep when they left at 8:15, small, curled under a dinosaur blanket, breathing softly. By 10:30, I was on the couch scrolling my phone. The house creaked now and then. Old wood, pipes, nothing unusual. Until 12:55, the living room light dimmed just once. Then came a sound from upstairs. A slow step. I froze. Another step. Then something dragging. I stared at the ceiling. Old house, I told myself. At exactly 1 o'clock, the baby monitor crackled. Not static, breathing. Slow, wet. Too close to the microphone, I whispered, "Hello?" The breathing stopped, then a small voice, shaking. "There's someone in my room." Ice filled my chest. "I'm coming," I said, and I ran upstairs. The hallway was dark. The child's door was open. He sat upright in bed, staring at the closet. I checked it. Empty. Under the bed. Nothing. Behind the curtains. Nothing. "You had a nightmare," I told him. He shook his head slowly. "No, it was standing right there." He pointed behind the door. I looked. Nothing. But the air felt wrong, like the room had just been occupied. I stayed until he fell asleep again. When I stepped back into the hallway, I saw it. The master bedroom door was open. Just a few inches, black inside. Then something moved, a soft scrape, like skin brushing wood. The warning came back to me. Don't go upstairs after 1 o'clock. I went downstairs, locked myself in the living room. At 2:10, every kitchen cabinet slammed shut. All at once, I screamed. Before I could stop myself, I forced my legs to move, checked the kitchen. Nothing had fallen, no windows open. But one chair was pulled out from the table, still rocking, like someone had just stood up. Then I heard footsteps again, directly above me, back and forth, too heavy to be a child. At 2:35, the baby monitor turned on by itself. Whispering filled the speaker, layered voices talking over each other. I couldn't understand them, except for one word, repeated again and again. "Stay, stay, stay." At 3:05, the scream came sharp, real, from upstairs. I ran without thinking. The boy stood in the hallway crying. "It opened my door," he sobbed. "The tall one opened it." Every hair on my arms lifted. "Where is it?" I whispered. He pointed behind me. I turned slowly. The master bedroom door was wide open now. Something inside shifted. too tall for the ceiling light, bent sideways, watching. I grabbed the boy and ran downstairs, locked us in the bathroom, called the parents. No answer. Then the footsteps started down the stairs. Slow, deliberate. Each step bent the wood, too heavy but uneven, like the legs curved the wrong way. The knob rattled violently. The boy buried his face in my chest. Then silence. Complete silence. For 5 full minutes. At 3:30, I opened the door. The house was still. We stayed on the porch until sunrise. Neither of us spoke. At exactly 6 o'clock, their car pulled into the driveway. They looked exhausted, not surprised. The father glanced at the house, then at me. "You heard it," he said quietly. I couldn't answer. The mother knelt beside her son. "It stayed upstairs?" The boy shook his head, her face drained of color. "It usually doesn't come down. Usually." I quit immediately. They didn't argue, just handed me cash. Too much cash. As I walked away, the boy called after me. "Next time, it won't let you leave." I moved out of town 2 days later, but sometimes, at exactly 1 o'clock, my phone lights up with the notification. "Unknown device connected, live audio detected." When I open it, I hear breathing, slow, wet, waiting.